Welcome and welcome back, everybody. T here, and in today's video, we'll be doing a solo playthrough of Ancient Realm from designer Steven Aramini. During the course of the playthrough, I'll give a tutorial about how the game is played, and be sure you stick around to the end of the video to hear my thoughts in general. Before we get started, a huge shout out to ButtonShy Game for sending a copy of Ancient Realm for me to share with you today. But without further ado, let's get started. So here is a game of Ancient Realm set up and ready to play. Over the course of the game, we'll be playing different cards which have blocks on them in order to gain resources and construct wonders to have the most prestigious civilization. So for setup, we're going to start by placing out our resource markers. We'll start with 3 coins and 1 of each of the other 3 resources. Then we'll go ahead and shuffle up the district and wonder decks separately, filling out 2 cards from each in order to form our market. We'll then set aside an area for the build area where we'll be placing these cards. When you place a card into the build area, you can either put it adjacent to another card, or you can use it to completely cover up any amount of blocks on previously placed cards. There are resource gathering, where you will pay a coin to gain the indicated resource. Hiring citizens, which are either blue or red, where you'll pay a coin and get the benefit received. Mines, but if left uncovered, will give you endgame scoring. And then there are also wonders. In order to place a wonder, you must first pay the resources indicated on the card, and then you'll get the endgame scoring provided that it's left uncovered at the end of the game. Every time you play a card, you'll draw another card from one of the 2 perspective decks until all cards have been used. At any time, you can also discard an unbuilt wonder to gain 2 coins or any 1 resource, and you can always trade in 2 coins for any 1 resource during your turn. The back of the district deck will also show a unique event that will be in play as long as that card is showing. And that's all we need to know to get started, so let's go ahead and dive right in here. The first 2 wonders we have are the Great Pyramids and Hanging Gardens, which both require a lot of resources. So we may want to see what types of things we can get from our other cards. It also says that we can trade a coin for a resource up to 2 times per turn, which is a really great return rate on that. So if we trade 2 of our coins for wood and 1 for wheat, we could build the Hanging Gardens, which will allow us to activate our blue citizens for free. So that could be really good. The Great Pyramids allow us to gain a resource or 2 coins anytime we build a wonder, though, as well, which is also very good. But we don't have enough money to get all of those resources. So I think what we'll do is we'll trade in 2 coins, since we can do that twice, for 1 wood and 1 wheat. Since we need both of those for both of these, we'll see which way we end up wanting to go. And then we have to place a card into our build area. So I think what we want to do is probably start off with our field here so that we can gain more wheat or some money for the mine. And we really want this card out still, so I think we're gonna flip another wonder. And we have the Temple of Artemis, give us more wood when activated. So now, in order for us to build this, we would need 1 more wood. We'll spend our last coin to get that wood. And then I think we're going to go ahead and build the Hanging Gardens. So we go down to 0 wood, 0 wheat, and 0 stone. But that lets us pay for it exactly. We don't want to activate the king yet. We could choose to not pay it and forfeit, but I think that would not be wise. So we're going to cover up this mine, unfortunately. That will give us 2 coins. Bump that up to 2 there, and then we can activate something else. We have only activated this once, so I think we will change this in for 1 more type of resource. We're able to get wheat and wood, so maybe we'll take a stone here. And then I think we have to flip this card, unfortunately. Okay, this one gives us points per abandoned wonders, which I don't think we want to do. None of these are particularly great, so perhaps we will pay some money to get some resources. If we pay 1 money, we could get a wheat here, and that sets us up to get some more things later on. I think, oh, and we can hire the blue citizens for free now since we have the Hanging Gardens built. So I'm going to move these off to the side over here just so we have a little more room in our build area. And I think what we'll do now is place this card here, and we'll cover up. We only have 1 coin and 1 wheat. Oof, we're running really low on resources. Blocks hire citizens for free. That is good to know. That kind of doubles off of what we already have though, so that's not great. Let's flip that. Okay, for each blue we can gain a resource. We only have one blue showing now, but if we place this one out, then we would have 2, which could be really good. And we don't want any unbuilt wonders, so I think what we'll do is we'll place this card here, we'll gain the 2 coins, and then we'll spend one of those coins to gain a wood and activate those in whatever order we choose. Now we have 2 blues out, and if we activate this card later on, we can get those going. We can also trade a resource for a resource up to 2 times per turn, but we need kind of all of our resources right now. I think the only thing that might be beneficial is trading in this wood, since we don't need it for the Temple of Artemis. But however, we can double wheat and double wood. So I think what we'll do is we'll convert 1 stone into a wheat, and then we will take out this card. And if we cover up both of those, we can get a lot of resources really quickly, which would be great. So I think we wanted to place this one here. So we'll gain 2 money for the mine, and then we will pay 2 money. Oh, we don't have to because we can hire blue citizens for free. So then we will double our wheat. Go to 4 wheat on the back of the card here, and we'll double our wood, so we'll go to 2 wood. All right, cool. And let's put out another wonder and see what we get. We do need stone for this one. We do need stone. We need stone for all of them, which is not great because we have 0 stone currently. When we activate these buildings, we'll get 1 more, so we could activate the quarry. We could also this, oh, but now we have like almost no blue. And this one gives us 4 points per adjacent wonder that's built. So we could potentially, oh, we want to build a wonder here and we want to build a wonder here. We're not quite ready for that. So I think what we'll do is probably, we have to place this card because we can't build any of the wonders. We could pay some money to get resources, but I don't think we have enough. So we'll pay 1 and we gain 1 more resource of the same type. So we'll get 2 stone there. This card here, and I think we'll go ahead and flip that. And now we have enough to build a wonder, but we want to be very careful about which one we want to build. Ideally, we want to build one next to the mine. So the Great Pyramids or the Statue of Zeus would be really good. This would allow us to hire red citizens for free, and this would allow us to get more things when we build wonders, which we're going to be activating 2 red citizens. I don't know how many there are left. This is 10 points versus 7, so I think we want to do this. Oh, but we need another stone. If we spend our last, oh, we can pay 1 less when building a wonder. Perfect. So we'll pay 2 stone, 2 wood, and 2 wheat to build the Great Pyramids. We're going to place them here next to this mine. We're going to pay 1 money to gain 2 coins for each royalty. So we're going to get 4 coins from that, so it bumps us up to 5. And then we're going to pay 1 of those coins to gain a wood. So down to 4, but we gain a wood. And then we've constructed the Great Pyramids. Okay. So now we need another card here. Do we want, I think we want to pull a wonder. All right, we could pay 1 less to build another wonder. Ideally, we want to have another wonder on this side of the mine. That would cover this mine, which isn't the worst. We could, where's a right aligned wonder? This one is the one we would have to build there, but fortunately, we don't have enough materials, nowhere near enough. I mean, we could pay all of our money for stone and then use our discount to build the mausoleum, but that puts us in a really bad spot for gaining other resources. When we do that, we would get 2 resources, would get a, we get 2 coins, so we could get another wheat, but then we just have a bunch of wheat and no money, which is not ideal. So I think what we want to do is build something else for now. but what do we want to build? The only one that we're close to, and when we activate a green, we can get more. The other thing we can do is place this out somewhere to help set us up for something, but that's not ideal. I mean, we could put it there in order to get the resources and then see what we can do. So going to gain 2 coins from the mine. We'll pay one of those coins to gain a wheat, and then we'll, for free, be able to gain 2 of these different resources. I think we'll go ahead and gain stone since we don't have any. Now we're like that. And don't think we want to flip our last card there. We might have to start discarding and abandoning wonders because we're running really low on, I mean, we have a lot of resources, but we're about to spend pretty much all of them, unfortunately. We have a lighthouse, which gains more of those. Add things to empty resource cards. Not particularly great. I think we'll go ahead and build mausoleum. So, oh yeah, and this has a scoring condition on it. So we'll spend 1 wood and 2 stone because we have our discount. And we'll place the mausoleum here, which we can pay 1 money for a wood then. And we get 2 money from the mine. And we can pay 1 to double the money in our storage. Ooh, so before we do that, let's spend some of our money. Let's go down to 4. 2. Oh, wait. Yeah, let's go down to 4 in order to get another resource, probably a stone. Then we pay 1 money, so down to 3 to double our money. So we go up to 6, which is really good. The maximum is 7, which is why I didn't want to go down, or why I wanted to spend some beforehand. Okay, good. And we get a resource or 2 money when we build a wonder. And I think we'll flip our last wonder here so we can keep our discount. What resource would we like? It'd be good to take the 2 money because that's basically a wild, but we're kind of maxed out on money right now. So I think all of these require stone. We'll just go ahead and take stone because there's 2 or 6 stone versus 2, 4, 5 wood. So we'll take the stone for now. All right. So we're really tight here. If we have more than 2 more than 2 citizens, we can gain 5 points, but we don't right now. That's not looking very probable. Which one costs the most wheat? This one. 8 plus 1 per extra royalty, which we would only have 1 plus maybe whatever's here. That's not particularly great either. But I think that would be it's the one that has almost the most points on it, except for this one lets us hire those for free. I think we'll go ahead and build the statue of Zeus, and we'll put it right here. So we spend 1 of these with our discount, 2 stone and 1 wheat. So that puts us to 0. And now we can hire royalty for free. It is worth 7 points. And unfortunately, we have to put this last one. We do get our bonus though from building a wonder here. So I think we'll go ahead and gain back the stone. That seems more helpful. Okay. And we want to try to have more than 2 citizens in our realm for those bonus 5 points. If we're able to build this one, we would need 2 more resources, which is very doable. So let's go ahead and do that first, I think. So we're gonna spend 4 money, brings us down to 2, to get the wheat and to get the wood in order to build the Colossus. And we're going to just go ahead and place that anywhere, probably on the end here, so that we can maybe cover up the quarry and get some more stone. So we're gonna have to shift all of this over just slightly here, so that we're in frame. Okay, and then we're going to spend 3, 1, and 2. All of our resources. Wait, hold on. Where was the one that gave us more for having nothing on our cards? Did we cover that? Did we spend it? What's happening? Oh, add 1 to each empty resource card. That would have been really good. It's fine. Okay, so we're gonna do 0, 0, 0. Place the Colossus here. And then have these 3 cards left. Okay. We can get 1 resource and that's it. Which is not great. So we need to think very carefully about what we want to do. We could trade 1 for 3 of another, but we don't. If we spend 1, we could get 3 of 1 type of resource. But that doesn't really help us because we would have extras. Extra resources are worth points at the end of the game, but not great. We can double that. We're kind of in a bad spot. We have to place this card out to get some resources. The only spot that's really viable is getting 2 money here, which we could use to get stone, but that's not great. The other thing we could do prior to placing this out is we could put this card here. So let's back up 1 second. So 1, 2, 3. We could place this card here to get of a resource. And then we could spend money to get 1 more thing. So let's trade 1 wheat for 3. Oh, but we need a lot of wheat. So let's trade 1 stone for 3 wheat. That's up to 6. No, that's wrong. Let's trade 1 wheat for 3 wood. That brings us up to 4 wood. We're doing that. And then we can go ahead and build this with our resources. So we spend 1 of these, okay, to get the extra wheat. And then we have 1 stone left. Is that right? No, we should have 0 stone left. Place this out. Now, do we want to cover this up to get 2 coins? Or I think we do. So we get 2 coins, use 1 coin to get a stone. The king is not in the realm, so we're not going to pay for that. Just leave it as is. Okay. And then, although this does give us 2 points, which is pretty good, but we really need the resources. But if we don't pay for the stone, we'd actually have enough to buy a, oh wait, we get a resource for building a wonder. I totally forgot. So let's take a, ooh, either of these would be good. 3 per citizens in 1 group. So that gets us an extra 3. There's only 1 citizen, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and do this one. So we need an extra stone. We're gonna build this here and get the 2 money. That brings us to 4 money. We can double this. Oh, we're gonna spend the stone, unfortunately. We're gonna spend the wheat. And we don't need stone. So the only thing we could do is we could spend the 2 money we had to get this, and that gives us another stone from prior. Ooh, we're going out of order here. So this is here, a little bit off camera. We'll scoot them all back. We'll just know that that's there. Okay. And then let's see. We have this one left, which we unfortunately cannot build. So we're going to just discard it for a resource, I believe, because at the end of the game, every 3 gold is a point, but every 2 resources is 1 point as well. So we'll just get rid of this one. Oh wait, we get a resource. So, or 2 gold. So maybe we'll take the 2 gold. So we're at 4. We could buy 2 things, which is not enough. Oh man, we were so close. We'll convert this into 2 each for the points. And then we'll discard this card to gain 1 more wood. That way we at least have 3 points in resources. Okay, so now to move on to scoring, we have 5 points here. Oh no, we don't have any citizens. 10, this is worth 8 because there are 2 wonders adjacent, so that is 18 points. Then we have plus 10 is 28, plus 9 is 37, plus 7 is 44, plus 8 is 52, 53, 54, 55. So we had a score of 55, which is barely respectable. The middle, 0 to 49 would be ruinous, and 70 plus would be legendary. So pretty okay job, but definitely some room for improvement in our realm. So there you have it. That is a solo playthrough of Ancient Realm. This was a game that I was a little bit on the fence about initially. I'm not particularly drawn to the theme of civilization building, but I am really drawn to Euro style games with a lot of like resource management. And so this one, I thought, maybe mechanically would do it for me, but I wasn't really sold on the. I'm super glad I played it though, because despite that, the mechanics of the game, as anticipated, are brilliant. And before diving into that, I do have to say that the presentation of the game is very satisfying and aesthetically pleasing. The art from Star Truffle Talbot is really stylistic. I like the desaturated colors. I think it really fits with the theme. It's not trying to be too extravagant or something that it's not, but it is very stylistic and very aesthetically pleasing, especially with the cards all laid out as you're building side by side. So I do have to give it a lot of points for taking a theme that could have been very boring and presenting it in a way that is very appropriate but aesthetically pleasing. The mechanics of the game. Ooh, I really, really love the resource management. Some of the little things like covering up certain cards that would get you points versus getting resources, and the timing of when you place cards is really cool. For example, there are a lot of those cards that have, when you cover this, you can pay a coin to double your stone or double your wood. But if you're covering that card with a wonder, you have to pay those resources first. So you always have to take into account where you're going to be after paying for a card before thinking about doubling resources or what have you. It sets up some really cool combos too, with getting your resources to 0 to bump them up with that particular citizen whose name escapes me right now. But I think the not only the placement but the timing is really cool, and it does give some of those tiling, spatial reasoning, puzzle aspects as well, which I particularly love, of whether you should cover a tile, whether you should place it side by side to set up a better combo of 3 blocks or what have you later on. So I think there's a lot to unpack here. The times that I've played off camera, I've just barely broken 50 points each time, I think. So I'm also really excited to delve into more and see what I can do in terms of changing up my strategy and trying new things to try to get closer to that 70 plus range. The one thing that I'm a little bit torn about has to do with the choice of using 4 cards to track resources. I do think it's a really inventive way of keeping the entire game as just cards. And I know that some people feel very strongly about that with the micro games not having to supply your own components. However, 4 cards is quite a lot. And this game is an excellent length, I think. It could be a couple cards longer, not because I think it needs it, just because I really love the game. I feel like I want to play more of it each time that I play. And while that could be satisfied with doing like 2 plays back to back, I do think the idea of having 1 resource tracker card and providing just like 4 tokens myself, I might prefer, because that would free up 3 cards could be put into play as extra versus just being used to track resources. Again, I don't think that it needs it, but thinking about using 4 cards out of 18, almost a fourth of the game, just as resource trackers, pains me a little bit. But again, I think it's a great game length. I think it's fine how it is. I'm just being really greedy here and saying I want a little bit more. There is an expansion for this game that will be coming out shortly. So I'm very excited to delve into that and try it out, because it might quell that desire that I have for just a little bit more, because I love it so much. So overall, if anything in the playthrough or this review has piqued your interest, I certainly love this game. I definitely recommend that you check out Ancient Realm. So there you have it. That's all the time we have for today. If you enjoyed this video, thumbs up, subscribe, and as always, let me know in the comments below what you have been up to. If there are any solo games I should check out, I am running a little dry in terms of games I want to make videos on in that capacity. So please let me know down below if there's something you want me to check out, if there's something you would like to. As always, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.